Hello and welcome back to the Weird and Proud podcast. It's Sam and
James.
nailing it every time. Now, what do you guys think about there?
You did. You crushed that.
I've been crushing it.
I
I
couldn't
have been crushing it.
I couldn't even come up with something witty to say because of how good that was. I was
Yeah.
so focused on
Yeah.
what was going on. It was
Hopefully,
impressive.
you guys are watching the YouTube and you're seeing James' gorgeous outfit.
And I hope that my shirt and short combo did not distract you from that.
I am a little distracted with just how much leg you're giving off too right now.
The swim
It's a
trunks have
lot of thigh.
a lot of yeah.
It's a lot of thigh. It's bright. He's wearing an orange Hawaiian shirt and lobster shorts.
Light blue lobster shorts
Light
with
blue
orange
lobster
lobsters.
with lobsters on
The
them.
orange
It does match.
that's the
I'll give
thing.
you that.
It matches. This is an outfit.
Yeah.
This is an experience. Now
It is an experience.
there's a reason that I'm wearing it, of course.
For what?
We lost a great human this weekend.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about that. Do you want to give your condolences to the Buffett family?
I was a Parrot Head. I'm a huge Jimmy Buffett fan.
Okay.
I've seen him live.
Where does Parrot Head come from when they talk
That's
about
it's like being a Swiftie.
Right, but like Swifty makes sense because Taylor Swift, Swifty. But like Parrot Head, like did he wear parrots on his head?
So Jimmy, you know what? I don't think it came from him wearing parrots on his head, but
Okay.
just that island vibe. Like that was
Vibes,
Jimmy
the
Buffett.
island vibes.
If we talk about vibes all the time, there was a vibe with Jimmy Buffett. Like even reading some of the Sammy Hagar, gave a post about when Jimmy Buffett died, and it said something along the lines of, "You were the guy that could go on stage in your swimming trunks with a torn T-shirt,
Yep.
and you'd still
That's
go
the
to a
vibe.
fancy restaurant in the same exact outfit." Yeah.
And I love how some old white guy became the island vibes.
And that's what he was. He was Jimmy Buffett.
Interesting. Yes. R.I.P. Jimmy Buffett. What a tragedy. We still don't know how he died.
I didn't see exactly.
Yeah,
no.
they didn't say, but he was like what, 70 something.
76.
Yeah.
His two concerts were outside of course, Taylor Swift. I would never say anything.
Yeah,
obviously.
no. Yeah, watch your words.
Best live concerts I've ever been to.
I know. I really had always wanted to go to a Jimmy Buffett concert. Very sad that I won't be able to, but his legacy lives on anytime we say it's 5:00 somewhere. Because that was like his saying.
Yes.
That was like his thing.
That was the thing.
I have been to one of his restaurants. We've also gone to his airport residence.
The Margaritaville.
Yep, the Margaritaville.
Which might be considered, because of his restaurants, I think that it's been called the most profitable song of all time.
Margaritaville.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Just
makes
because,
sense.
yeah.
That makes sense. Hello everyone. Hope you're having a great Labor Day weekend. This is going to come out on Labor Day, so hope you're just laboring the weekend away. What? I always wonder this too, Labor Day weekend. Are we celebrating labor? What are we celebrating?
That's a great question.
I
Maybe
know.
I should have looked that one up to fact check myself. I'm going to let you fact check me on this one. I think we actually are celebrating taking a break from labor. I think it was a national holiday that they put in place.
Anti-Labor Day.
Because there's really,
Let's see.
so if you think about it this way, there's national holidays that are kind of recognized through business, like the traditional 9 to 5, which doesn't even exist anymore, basically.
Well, that's exactly what it is.
Yep.
It's the first Monday in September to honor and recognize the American labor movement.
Yep.
Ew, I don't want to celebrate that. I'm
Why
not celebrating labor. Yay! I'm so glad we all have to work and grind for the man.
Let's celebrate all those people that did build this for us.
Yeah, fuck them.
It's a day off.
That's a horrible idea.
To a lot of
why
people.
couldn't it have been 4 days? A 4-day week.
Should have been.
Why couldn't we have worked 10 to 3?
Should have been.
So, I'm not celebrating. I will not celebrate. I will not show my support. I am.
How are you
anti-labor?
Against Labor Day all of a sudden?
Because I didn't know. You think about it, and I don't know what I thought. Veterans Day, veterans. Memorial Day.
Parrot Head wouldn't talk like this.
I think Parrot Head would be on my side and say, yeah, fuck the labor. Whose idea was this?
Parrot Heads are way against labor.
9 to 5 job? Ew. Who decided that? Whoever it is, they're dead to me. But it has been observed for 141 years. So that's kind of interesting. The hard-won achievements of American labor. Ew. That sucks. What a horrible holiday. Why can't it just be happy? We're celebrating happiness and love and light and weed. We should have, 420. Never mind. You know what? Anyways, happy day because
Happy
I
Labor
don't
Day to those that
recognize.
want to recognize it with me.
No,
Put a Hawaiian shirt on.
put your lobster
Put some
shorts
Jimmy
on. Show
Buffett
some
on.
thigh. Get out there.
Yeah, a little
Get on out
shy,
there.
little
Drink some
thigh,
more
little calf.
vodka sodas. James did have some more vodka sodas last night. Let it be known.
A lot of them.
He was trying to go to the club.
I still can't say that properly.
To the club. I know. Say the club.
Club.
See, he can't say it. He says
I
club.
don't know why I can't.
Club. You can't say it. Anyways, R.I.P. Jimmy Buffett. Happy day off, and hope you guys are having a great week. We have a new segment for this show that we're gonna try to bring into the fold. We're gonna see how it goes, but everyone does love. Well, I wouldn't say everyone, but for the most part, people have shown support for your little facts, your little stories, and of course, something that you're very passionate about and something that you love is science. Wait, not yet. Don't jump in yet.
Oh,
I know you're getting ready to give your speech. So James is gonna do. It's not even really science, but like just like a nerd. It should be like James Nerd Corner.
There we go. Because this one isn't necessarily science that I did today.
Yeah, right. But just like interesting like facts.
Part 2.
What?
We need an intro song for this.
Well, that's on you because it's your thing. So you got to think about it. What would your song be for James Nerd Corner?
Probably something with a Jimmy Buffett background this week.
Yeah, like what? Like Nerds in Paradise.
There, that's good. Go with it. Come on. Keep going. I want to hear more about Nerds in Paradise.
Literally the only line I know.
Oh, that's
that
a
song.
great vacation. Nerds in Paradise.
Nerds in Paradise.
That just sounds wonderful.
But we do have some, a little James update corner that we're adding to the list. And then we also have, of course, some weird news. I also have something really weird for you guys to watch that I have been obsessed with. And then, of course, we have some weird secrets. So it's going to be a great show. And James, you want to get us kicked off on your, hold on. Nerds in Paradise. He was looking at them and he was wearing his shorts. And he's got on his Hawaiian shirt because he's fucking weird. And also, we went to Bass Pro Shops, or we drove by a Bass Pro Shops today.
If
and
I
he
could
said,
get all my clothes at Bass Pro
he
Shops,
said,
I would.
can we get some new clothes there for me? And I said, fuck that. And I said, I'll drop you off there and then I'll never pick you back up and you can walk home. So James, what have you been working so hard on?
So we were going to do a few things. We could have done the most recent,
like science, and we were going to talk about the moon,
the blue moon, which
but I was like,
isn't
is that really that exciting?
Which isn't actually blue, but a super blue moon means it's the third full moon of a month. And this time of year, because of we're going through some changing of the seasons,
Third moon of the
the
month.
third full moon of the month. In
There's
the lunar
3
cycle.
full moons in a month.
There were 3 full moons in August.
What?
Yeah, the first one was August 1st. So timing.
I thought
of
there
the
was
first of
one
the
full
month.
moon a month.
No.
Wow.
Yeah. It's part of the reason it was called a super blue moon.
Mm.
And again, this isn't the science corner. We were going to do that, but now that we're talking about it.
I know.
So the super moon is partially, it's just that the moon is like 7% closer to the earth. And you're like, 7%, that's not very much. Well, when it's like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of miles away, that 7% is a lot. Yeah. So the moon looks 7%. Maybe it's not 7% closer. Oh boy, I might have even misstepped my own fact.
Fact check him.
It looks 7% bigger. So that's why we saw such a big moon. Yep. And
interesting.
So the super blue moon is because I believe, again, it's the third one of the month, and it's just that much closer.
Yeah.
But it's not actually blue.
It's too bad we never walked on the moon, because I would have been loved to like hear like what the moon is like.
So we have walked on the moon.
No, we haven't.
Absolutely. India just landed on the moon.
It was a conspiracy.
India, so another fact, since we're not doing James's facts, there is actually, India just landed on the south pole of the moon and was able for the first time ever to take the temperature on the south pole of the moon.
How do we know? That's right. How do we know that's true? AI can do so much these days. Like, I don't believe anything. I don't believe any of it.
God help us all. This is exactly
I don't believe it.
these.
Prove it.
These are
Bring
people.
me back a moon rock
These you believe
until I
in.
can touch a
You
moon
believe
rock.
in
Actually, I don't even know.
aliens, but you don't
Yeah,
believe we
because they are
landed on the
literally
moon.
here walking among us. So like I've seen it, but I've never seen anyone really.
Even though one of the strongest parts of the alien conspiracy theory is that Neil Armstrong saw them while on the moon.
Was he on the moon though, or was he just like about to go on the moon?
James's Science Corner is
Okay.
taking an awful turn.
Yeah, it's just gonna be us arguing.
Oh, so much misinformation.
Okay. Anyways, moons.
We were
going to
talk about
but
the
we
blue
were
moon.
going to do it. We've already have. Now that we have.
Now we got to talk about India landing on the moon because that was what I
Fascinating.
considered. I thought that was really cool.
Don't
actually.
believe it, but cool.
And India actually also now they are trying to go to the sun, which is 93
sounds like a
million miles
great
away.
idea.
It's a long ways away. It takes
Yeah,
8 minutes
good
for light
luck.
to get it from the sun.
Yeah,
That's
have
gonna
fun.
be that is a big one. So
Go to the moon.
what
Go to the
we
sun. Great.
so totally off topic then.
Okay, yes. So what
I
did we
found a
decide
fun
on then?
website that
A fun website.
defines phrases that are often
Redtube.com.
misunderstood,
Okay.
right? Or we don't know where they come from. So, in honor of Jimmy Buffett and talking about drinking this weekend,
Yep.
we're going to explore 3 sheets to the wind.
3 sheets to the wind. Yeah, what does that mean?
Where the hell did that come from?
Where the hell did
Do you know
come
what
from?
it means?
There's not 1, not 2, but 3 sheets.
So, what if somebody said you're 3 sheets
you're
to
drunk.
the wind? Yep, right. So, extremely inebriated.
Let me just guess.
Okay, go.
So you're hanging up your clothes on the hanger outside. Is this close?
You're so close.
Really? So you're hanging up your clothes hangers because I'm trying to think like what would the sheets be doing in the wind? And you're so drunk and fucked up that like you fall into the sheets and you're like, woo, sheets, I'm in the wind.
I may have lied to you. You weren't close at all.
Okay, great. What
So
is it?
3 sheets to the wind does actually come from sailing lingo. And I'd like to test your dad on this one.
Sailing lingo.
I think your dad would get this one like right away. I give
Okay.
Lee Ramsdale would get this.
Probably.
Surprisingly, it doesn't originate with drunken sailors nor the sails themselves, which to many of us look like sheets. The sheets are actually ropes that lower the corner of the sails
Okay.
on a ship. And if you have one of these that isn't holding on to the sail can be a little loose. But if all 3 of them are really loose, the sail's just like everything's going crazy.
Oh,
the
so
boat
it's a
can go.
sailing term.
So in the 1800s, sailors might refer to someone who's really drunk and kind of stumbling around as being 3 sheets to the wind.
Wow. Fascinating. It is always interesting how phrases like that stay
We got
for
a
years
bunch
and
more.
years and years. Yeah, James has like a whole
more to
list. So we're
come.
gonna like have him do one
Oh,
a
I
week.
can't wait.
And I feel like that is just like a little interesting fact for, convos for
And every week I will also remind people that we actually have been to the moon. I'm just going to say
allegedly.
that every week from
and
now
I'm gonna
on.
say allegedly.
Oh my God.
So they say.
I'm so glad it's football season.
Shut up about football. If I have to hear the word football one more time, you're sleeping outside with Prue.
Football.
No, I would never approve. By the way, to any of the ladies out there, actually, I will say there are some ladies that are obsessed with football. To any of the peoples out there whose significant other is obsessed with fantasy football and football, God bless you. I'm here with you. I feel you. You are seen. You are heard, because I quite literally cannot handle any more football talk, and the season has not even started yet.
I would like to use this as just for the court if they need to hear about it.
Great.
If I go missing in any way, shape, or form this football season, look at her. That's where you start the investigation.
I've kind of thought about how I would if I needed to murder you.
I know you've thought about this so often.
But I think I would poison you. So
that's the most common way women do it. That's way too predictable.
I know, but like there are some things like they can't find on blood work.
I know.
Or like you're always doing weird shit, like but not too weird. I don't know. Maybe you went on a walk and you just never came back. Have you thought about how you kill me?
Never.
Liar.
The world would be worse without you.
Oh, wow. Way to make me look like an asshole.
One thing I'm good at.
Anyway, so that was a little from James. Say thank you, James. Thank you, James. What was that?
Football, 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 football,
Shut
football.
up. Shut up. Kidding. Kidding. Okay, so for some weird news today. You know, I always love when another topic comes up. And I kind of went down a little bit of a rabbit hole on this, but we got another nudist article. Okay. So this article
We
is
did?
titled, My Husband and I Opened a Hotel for Nudists. And I mean, I'm wondering if these people were friends with the people who went on the cruise, the nude
The news
cruise,
cruise,
because
yeah.
very similar vibes, you know, like they've found like it gives them so much confidence. They found that like, you know, they love themselves more. But basically, they've traveled all over and looked for the best places for nudism. And they say it's the UK. They've been to France, they've been to Spain, they've been to US.
When I think hot naked bodies, I think UK.
Do you?
No. I love our UK listeners out there, so sorry, but
Yes, no, of course. But they basically have a boat. So it's like a big boat that they like rent out. So it is kind of like a cruise, actually, funny enough. So
wait,
these guys should get
so it's not a hotel, it's a cruise.
it's a right, it's a boathouse. It doesn't like it
Is it the
floats, but it
same
doesn't like
people?
go.
You said it's similar vibes.
I know I don't know if it is the same.
We should
people.
introduce them at least.
We should get them together.
Yeah.
But the amenities include, once you're aboard, home cooked meals as well as massages and yoga. Who wants a naked on naked massage from a weird old lady? And they said
Hey,
if-
to any weird old ladies that are massage
okay.
therapists that are listening to this,
It's gonna be okay.
you're fine.
And they say we don't find it hard sharing the. And they say on boat too. It's kind of like a bed and breakfast. We don't find it hard sharing the boat with guests because we all have common interests. They call it naturism. So, yeah. So basically, you can come stay at this boat in the UK. It doesn't say where in the UK. I should find where it is though, because
You know what's funny about
we should maybe
naturism?
look into it. What?
Just because now you got me onto science, the science brain is kicking in.
Yeah. What about it?
We did recently find that humans probably started wearing shoes, meaning putting clothes on, about 150,000 years ago. So for
150,000 years.
150,000 years ago, they found evidence
But the Bible
that humans
just was
started using
created.
shoes.
How is that possible?
I get it. 6,000 years old.
Yeah.
I understand. I think that they were just bad at math in those times. So
Okay, got it.
we're still not on the metric system here, so
But
we
like
don't really know.
clothes, meaning like sometimes they put a leaf on their wiener and say
They
covered.
were wearing shoes at the time.
Oh.
150,000 years ago.
Well, that
they
makes
started wearing
sense.
shoes.
That makes sense.
Can you wear shoes on the boat?
Can I wear shoes on a boat?
On the naked boat.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
See, that would be the first thing I would want to be naked with is barefoot.
Well, that's not being naked. It's not wearing shoes, you ding dong.
You can't be naked if you're wearing shoes.
Well, anyways, I know the next question you're gonna ask me is, Sam, that sounds so fun, but the UK is so far away. How do we go nude closer to home? And that's great because you know what? I found 6 places you can get legally naked in New York near us. Okay? So there's a place called Naked in Motion in Manhattan. You can participate in yoga, Pilates. You can do like they have all sorts of like different like workouts, like naked workouts bar. You can lounge around. So if we wanted to go to Naked in Motion, we could do that. There's a nudist park, Empire Haven Nudist Park. It's 97 acres. You can have like you can have like your RV, like there are cabins you can rent out. And there's hot tubs, pools. Yeah. And it says, come experience the fun, the freedom, the relaxation, and friends at Empire Haven. This sounds like these are like all like swingers. There's also Bear Lake Nudist Club. There's there's literally kind of a lot. In 1999, New Jersey passed a law that allows New Jersey, I think they're like New Jersey. Oh, this place is in New Jersey. But this is a beach in New Jersey, Gunnison Beach. In 1999, New Jersey passed a law that allows certain beaches if it's like labeled, um if it's like labeled and it's technically like it can't be like a public beach, obviously. Like, it has to
Okay.
be like a private,
Okay.
and then like you can like invite people on this like nudist beach. But yeah, Gunnison is the one of the like legal nude beaches near us. If we want to go to a nude beach, do you
Wow.
want to? Would you ever go?
Can I take my shoes off? Then
James, you can
yes.
take everything off. You could wear you what you should do is we should turn that Hawaiian top into a crop top and then you go naked everywhere else. What do you think?
Sounds like a Tuesday.
Sounds like a freaking Tuesday. So anyways, yeah, just like look up near you because there are a lot of nude places that we could go and like this is a like kind of becoming a thing. I mean, people are basically walking around naked in these some of these outfits anyways, you know?
True.
Free your labias, free your areolas, free your butthole. 'Cause
I
that's what
mean,
they say you can sun your
it's
butthole.
areola. It's basically air. Be in
Right.
the air with it.
It's basically being in the air.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's how the word areola came from. Fun fact.
Sure it did.
So anyways, so that's just a little weird news story for you. And I urge you to look up where nudist parks are around you and maybe just check it out. You know, see what the kids are up to. In other news, I have to talk about this, and I've been like talking about this nonstop with you. And this is something that many of you guys might already know. This channel has been around apparently for like over 10 years, 10, 15 years. But there's a YouTube channel called White Underbelly. Okay.
You are.
That I have discovered.
It's
And it
so cool.
came from a couple gummies and a late night rabbit hole where I started just wanting to learn about Appalachia, the Appalachian Mountains region, where there's just like a lot, kind of like some spooky stuff that goes on there. There's a lot, you know, of course, with these huge mountains, there's these caves and all these like urban legends. And so it started there of like urban legends. And then it turned into like learning more about the area and just like how the opioid epidemic has hit. And then it turned into going to White Underbelly. And if you know, you know. But basically, it's a YouTube channel where this guy goes and interviews and like finds like basically the crazy, not even crazy, but like odd. I forget how he describes it. It's not like lower, not like trying to say like lower class, but like it's just like humans that you wouldn't even know exist or you wouldn't even know what their true story is. And I mean, you could spend literally years going through. Now he has, I think he said like over 1,000 interviews up on this page, but it's like literally the craziest and people again that like most of society would kind of look down upon. Like he interviews some pimps and prostitutes and drug dealers and like he and they tell like their true story and it's crazy. But his biggest, most popular series that went like super viral was when he went, I think it's technically in West Virginia, but it's the Whittakers, and it is an inbred family that has been inbred since the 1800s. And literally, this family has come from like a brother and sister. Like, it's like the most like pure, like genealogy family. Like, it's literally like, and it was like, it's hard to describe, and like they do describe it in a lot of the videos. Like he'll show like their genealogy tree and like how it's all broken down, but like it almost started from identical twins who like brother and sister who are identical had babies, and then their babies had babies with each other, and then their babies had babies for over the last for 100 years plus. So you can imagine what these people are like, you know. And I mean, most of them don't even speak, like, or they can't speak like words. Like it's normally like sounds. Like one of them, they have dogs, so like one of them barks like a dog. You know, he almost sounds like one of the dogs, and it just is so interesting. And you're just like, I never knew that there were still people like this out there that exist. You know, this is like he still like does updated videos with them. I actually just saw that he like took them to the fair. You know, like he kind of like,
Oh, cool.
and what I think is cool too is that like he does help these people out. Like as part of his channel, he'll do like a GoFundMe for the family. And most of the time like they don't really want anything. Like most of it's like going towards like, because they live in like these shacks. It's going towards like a new roof or like
Yeah.
food, or they a lot of these people also don't even like they don't have jobs, like they can't work, so they literally get paid by the government. I think he said like the entire family makes like $12,000 a year.
A few $1,000s to them is everything, and
But
that's a
like,
good
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
that's like, they really don't have obviously many bills to
And you've been
pay.
talking about this a lot, and you did show it to me, and I saw it. And here's the thing: I think that
Soft white
was
underbelly is what it's called. I'm sorry, all of a sudden I keep calling it white underbelly, and it's soft white underbelly,
here's
right?
the part
Oh my
that I
god, now I'm
thought was
questioning myself.
coolest about how he did it.
Yes.
He did it in a very classy way and gave these their people.
Yeah, he humanized them.
He gives them dignity. Like
Soft white underbelly.
that's the important thing is to remember. Yeah, it's stuff we probably can't even fathom that actually
Yeah,
exists, like you
these
said.
people that really.
But he does. He gives them dignity and
Yeah, he's
shows
not rude
he's
about
not
it.
nope, he's not making fun of them on camera.
Yeah,
Like it's
he's
very
very
to
respectable.
just tell their story.
Yeah,
And
he just genuinely is curious about what they do, and it's wild. Like it is. That's probably one of the craziest things I've seen. And of course, I become obsessed with this whole channel. So if you want to go down like the craziest rabbit hole, and it's also like really, really sad. And like, like I was telling you too, a lot of times, these other interviews that he does, he literally will go to Skid Row and he'll interview people off the street. Like he'll bring them in to, he pays them and is like, hey, I want to interview for my channel. And he brings them to the studio and they tell their story. And just these stories are heartbreaking, and like the mindset of these people, and you're like, okay, no wonder they like can't get a job, like all this trauma, all like their like how they even look at themselves, like they have no self-worth. Like one of these girls like refers to herself as a clone, and like she just is like an object, like that's really what she thinks of herself. And it's really eye-opening. It is educational. It's sad. It's crazy. You won't be able to stop watching. So if you want, a little something something to keep you busy, soft white underbelly is what it's called. And apparently it's called soft white underbelly because he was like saying like his dad used to use these terms. It's just like a soft white underbelly belly of an animal. It's like you see all these great things up top, like the fur and their head and their tail, but it's like the white underbelly. What's the I don't know. He describes it.
what's the vulnerability?
Yeah, the vulnerable part
Yeah.
of humans, of mammals in general. So definitely check that out. It's wild. If you really like want to watch some wild stuff, you should watch those videos. And let me know what you think, because I don't know if like how many people I know of like watch these videos.
I
I'm
think
curious like who else has watched these.
what a great thing to donate $5 or $10 to, right?
Yeah.
Jump in and give a little bit, like just to help other
Yeah,
humans
he
for no
does.
reason.
Yeah. Yeah, he does a really good job. And he was too on Joe Rogan, which I was telling James. I'm like, I've like kind of had this new epiphany for Joe Rogan because I never really listened to his stuff, but I was just so curious about this guy who was doing these videos and these interviews. I'm like, how does he find these people? It's like what is his relationship here? How did this start? And Joe Rogan does an interview. His name's Mark Laita, Laita, and he tells this whole story. He like started in marketing and like just wanted to do something completely different, and it's just a really, really cool thing to listen to watch, to listen. Not
It
cool, but
is.
but it's just interesting. Very interesting and weird, just how I like it. Anyway, so that's kind of just some updates from us. James, anything else that you're just like dying to tell the people about?
Did you want to talk about the zoo today?
Oh my god, we went to the zoo today. You know what? There's not a lot of things that like truly make me as happy as animals, and you, of course, and food.
No, it's the animals. It's the animals and food first. Let's not kid ourselves here.
But there is, if you're in Connecticut, um, we always forget, like, also after I went to the San Antonio Zoo, I was like, I forget how fun zoos are. And now they're like really, zoos have had to like kind of adapt to the new world. So it's like, there are all these photo opportunities and, ways to interact and be engaged. And they do all these shows and stuff. And the the Beardsley Zoo is the one we went to today, and it's in Bridgeport, Connecticut. It's like 30 minutes from where we live. and we totally forgot about it. But I just had seen something on social media that there were baby otters and baby spider monkeys, and I was like, James, we need to drop everything. It doesn't matter what plans we have today. We're going to see the baby spider monkeys and the
We had no
baby
plans.
otters. We had no plan. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler
We
alert.
had
We didn't drop
no
anything.
plans. We
Nope.
dropped absolutely nothing.
We dropped nothing.
And we went to see the babies. Oh my god, they were so cute. And we were talking to like what I love. We've been trying to be really conscious about this, but what we love about the Beardsley Zoo is how much, like, really the animals that they have there are like on a conservation.
May I read the mission?
Oh, is that what you did?
Yeah, that's what I pulled up.
Oh, that's so cute.
So
Yes,
to
read the
chime in on
mission.
what Sam said, here
Yeah.
you might not live in Connecticut. You might be in the UK with hot naked bodies.
Yeah.
But
you might
here's the
be.
thing. Go to a zoo, but vet the zoo out. Make sure
Yeah.
it's doing the
Any
right
of
things
these
for the
animal
planet.
type things, like even I was saying about I want to go to a like a one of like the state fairs,
Yes.
around here. And I was talking about like all the ones that are in Connecticut, and someone messaged me and they're like, you really don't want to go. So
Some of them, yep.
yeah, because they
Vet
treat animals
these
horrible. I'm
things
like,
out.
oh shit, I didn't even think to look that up.
And we were looking this up on the way because we already knew Beardsley Zoo was one of the good ones.
Yeah.
Beardsley Zoo, Connecticut's Beardsley Zoo is dedicated to acquainting a diverse public to the delicate balance that exists between living things and their environment. Animal
Love that.
exhibits, plantings, graphics, and zoo programs are to be represented in such a manner as to give the visitor a sense of awareness and concern for the intricate beauty and fragility of our planet.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, they did a great job of it. And that's what I love about zoos. I love it when people, like, yes, you can say, oh, it's mean, the animals are caged. There's so many worse things that are happening that
Yeah.
if this can be a safe spot for that particular animal to educate us, the primary predators
Yeah.
on the planet, to
Yeah.
make us more aware,
Yeah.
that's such a good thing.
Yeah, and a lot of them are like endangered. Like they have a ton of endangered species there, and a lot of them they do breeding, to literally like bring back the population.
And some of their money goes to that, but it's more the education
Yeah.
of the less destruction we do to the earth, in a way, the better.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really, even like everything they had set up, like learn about these animals, like what's going on, how they're being hurt, what we can do to help save these animals. And it was just really cool. And highly recommend. But yeah, always check out before you go to like any type of like animal exhibit. Always just like a quick Google search, and you'll find out.
Where's their funding going?
What? There's the same thing. So there's this drive-through safari that I was like, oh shit, I really like, it's like, oh my god, I would love to go to a drive-through safari. It's at Six Flags.
Private equity, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I just did one Google search and I was like, oh, we can't go here.
Nope.
We can't support that.
That's just like I pictured us. Gosh, I hope that the horse people don't kill me from Central Park. I pictured us doing a Central Park horse ride someday. But you told me the first time we were there.
Never.
No,
never.
and I never would. Now that you told me, I didn't even realize that
Yeah,
when
a lot
we
of
first
people
moved
just
here.
don't know.
No.
But yeah, anytime some of these street performers too that like have like, there's some people
Animals,
that have
yeah.
any type of animal. It's like, oh, I just don't know. Make sure they have a permit. Like there's just things that like just quick Google search.
When I see a homeless guy with their dog, they're getting $1 every time.
Or like
They're
what we
getting money
do too
every
is go
time.
get dog food.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you make sure that it's going towards the dog. Anyways, so that's just a little update in our world. We hope, again, you're having a great end to the summer. And I think it would be just the perfect way to celebrate just a day, not labor, but just a day in general by doing some secrets. What do you think?
See, I need that much effort put into the science part.
I gotta like work on your science, like, because you need like James Dreamer, the science guy.
It's got to be super cheesy.
Yeah, like Bill
gotta
Nye.
be
Everyone
real.
literally, when you were talking about the moon the other night, and I'd post that, people were like, is he Bill Nye?
Bill Nye is
James would
literally a
literally
hero
peg
to me.
Bill Nye.
Bill Nye is a hero to me.
Yeah, James would definitely
1,000,000%
be into that. Anyways, James, I think it's that time. And as a reminder, if you want to call in and leave us a weird secret, you can call in too.
SpeakPipe.
That's speakpipe.com/weird and proud pod. It's an anonymous voicemail. website. You basically press a button, record your secret up to 1 minute 30 seconds. Always anonymous, of course, unless you
Doesn't
put
have to
otherwise.
be anonymous.
But it doesn't have to be. Unless Bill Nye is listening out there. Bill Nye, if you're there, call us.
Oh my God. Can I
Could
take
you
you out for?
imagine?
Oh my God.
He would never, but it would just be that would be
I would give that man such a big hug.
crazy. Literally, and a blowjob.
Hug,
Anyways,
hug first.
hug first, then a blowjob. All right, here we go with the first voicemail.
Hi, Sam and James. I love the podcast. Love you guys. I'm from South Africa and I came to the States for the first time in my life a couple months ago. And I'm nearly 30 years old. And I found out that I had misheard the lyrics of the National Anthem. So I had to Google why the whole of the US was singing Jose, Can't You See? And why you guys would dedicate your national anthem to a guy called Jose. I just thought it was some prolific historical figure that I knew nothing about. But yeah, I Googled it and I felt like an idiot. But anyway, go America. I love it here.
Go America. South Africa. First of all, love your accent. Love your accent.
Part 2. Can we come visit you?
Yeah, no, honestly, please. Can I come
Yeah.
pet all the animals in South Africa? That's literally my dream.
We would love to talk
How
about
does it feel to be living my dream? Why would you come to America from South Africa?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, yeah.
We
I
just
mean, I
need an
get it,
address. We'll be there.
We just need an address.
Do you think you might be stalked? Perhaps.
Perhaps. Turns out this isn't so anonymous.
Yeah, turns out we're
We
going to
know
do
where
all
you
the
live.
research on you, and we'll be there soon.
Be right there.
Part 2
Part 2.
for you. Go.
The only Jose I know is Jose Cuervo.
Jose Canseco,
Who's that?
baseball player.
Oh. Jose, can you see? Like that makes sense.
I'm going to also give her kudos. There's a part of that call that was just such a beautiful way to encompass what a different version of the weird and proud moment
I
might
know,
be.
I love it.
Where,
I love it.
yeah, it's, it's not pooping on someone. It's not, which we love those. Give us those.
Yes, we do love.
We want all the poops. We want all the ghost stories.
Yeah.
But this was another example,
Just
a really
maybe
great example of
giggles.
if you've had a dumb thought that you maybe were wrong on and you had to prove yourself
Yeah.
wrong.
I also would love to know. I know there are some people who are not from the Americas on here. Well, not, you know what I mean, from the United States. Will you tell me? Like, I'm also curious. Like, if there's something that you always thought about Americans.
Oh, yes.
And like came and found out that wasn't true.
Or are we bigger assholes than you
Yeah,
thought
like, or
originally?
was there something you're like, that's so weird that
Did you
Americans
come
do
here
that?
and you were just completely underwhelmed? Like, God,
Yeah.
America sucks.
Like, what? Yeah, like, I'm really curious. That's I would love to know that. So if there's any UK, and if you are also from the UK, can you please go to the Naked Hotel, the floating hotel, and let us know how it is and invite us? That would also be lovely.
No, maybe if
Lovely, governor.
I was just gonna say maybe if you did your UK accent,
If I did,
they could
hello,
understand
governor.
you better. Yeah, there you go. They'll probably understand you better that way. That's perfect.
If you could invite us over there, or yeah, just let us know if there's something
go
weird.
back to the UK accent. I want more.
Can't. It's
I
so
need more.
bad, and
I
people
need
they
more.
like honestly. Like, I think I get. Do you guys like when I do my accents, or do you hate them? I think I already know the answer.
And
that's why
for
I don't
all
wanna
of
know.
you, the answer is yes. And if anyone says otherwise,
Prepare to feel James' wrath
or
up his thighs,
thunder thighs.
of his white thighs. Those need some sun, James. You need to lay out for a little bit. Anyways, thank you so much for calling in. I can't believe South Africa. Oh my God.
That was a great call.
Can we please come over to South Africa?
I just want to dive in a cage with a great white shark.
Yeah, James wants to. Literally, that's his dream. He was like, "Can I please go swimming with a great white shark?" I'm like, "Please," because then that's an easier way. That would be a great way for you to die.
Totally, because I talk
would
about
just
it
like grab
so
the
much.
key and unlock the
You
cage.
just might quick let the shark have access. Oh no!
Oh no! They got in there. That's crazy.
You're such a good actress. How are you going to fake being sad at my death? It's really going to test your acting
I'll have to
skills.
dig deep. I'll have to really dig deep.
It's going to test your acting. You'll be exhausted after that.
Thank you for calling in. That was a great secret. That was special. All right, James, are you ready for the next one?
Prepared.
Here we go.
Hey guys, love your podcast. It's the Shitty Paramedic here from Canada. If you know, you know. I have a quick story about Four Loko. My friends and I every year would go down to Ohio. We'd pull a trailer and do the campsite in Ohio at Cedar Point. And one game we'd like to play was called Four Loko Hands. So what we had to do was duct tape Four Loko to our hands in one hand and then a beer or whatever other drink in the other hand. And you would be attached to someone else. And you couldn't do anything really because you had these drinks in your hand until you finished the drinks. So shit got wild. I don't even remember to tell you what happened, but it's a great game. I suggest you try.
So did you ever do that game?
So
Not with Four Locos, but like with other
with
40
like
hands,
Edward 40
ounces.
hands.
Yeah.
Edward 40 hands. I played rugby. We used to tape 40s to
You used
all
to
of
tape
our
40s
rookies.
to your wieners too, probably.
No, just to our rookies' hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. And their job was to keep our beers full all night.
That's so wild. Yeah, but like, yeah, so they would pour your drinks. The idea though is that you have
You're
these
supposed
40s
to drink
and
them and
yeah,
race.
you're supposed to drink them yourself. And
I was
like,
good at that game.
yeah, obviously. That's so funny. But with Four Locos, like that's a next level, and that is like send me to the emergency room. Like I would die.
I'm impressed. Like Canadians have that in their bloodstream, though. Like they would be good at that
Yeah.
Olympic sport.
Yeah.
Like if there were countries to do that, you got to think
You
the
think
best
Canadians would be the
Germany,
best? German. I was gonna say Germans.
Russians,
Russians.
English can hold it. Irish, English, Scottish.
Yeah, I feel
so
like
UK, we'll say UK.
Yeah, we'll say the UK.
Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah, Irish, duh.
Just Wisconsin in general.
Just Wisconsin. Just
yeah. I'll put
the
my
state
state
of
up against
Wisconsin.
that. I'll put my state up against the whole country. Damn straight I will.
Yeah, that brings back so many scary memories thinking about that. Like, why were we like just so reckless as kids? Like, I can't even imagine. Literally, I have one drink and I want to actually be like committed. Like, someone needs to call like a 5150 on me.
So she said something specific that I had to look up.
What?
She said Cedar Point.
Yeah. I didn't know if that was like, maybe that's like a big Ohio place.
It is. So if you look at this map
Is
as
it
I'm
way
looking
at the top
at it, so
by Canada.
Here's Canada, which this part of Canada is actually in the southern part of Michigan.
Yep.
This little tiny thing right on Lake Erie,
cool.
outside of Sandusky, Ohio, is Cedar Point. So apparently that's a
shout
big
out Cedar
touristy area.
Point.
Yeah. When we're doing our Midwest tour, Cedar Point might not be a bad place to go.
Yeah.
And do you know why Sandusky, Ohio, is a national monument?
Sandusky, Ohio. No, why? I know. Sandusky, I feel like isn't it like construction equipment?
So the reason we all know and love Sandusky, Ohio, is because that's where Tommy Boy lived in the movie Tommy Boy.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that's the name.
Oh, I thought there was something bigger.
It's one of the greatest movies of all time.
Okay, well, maybe for 95-year-olds like you, but for the rest of us,
I'll take that as a compliment.
Thank you so much for calling in. Yeah, send us your Four Locos. You've done anything wild, let us know.
That's awesome. I still have never had a Four Loko. I never will get to have a Four Loko.
You've never
I never
had a
one.
Four
No.
Loko?
No, I never did have one. You mentioned
you never had the OG Four Loko.
No,
but you've never even tasted it, right? Like even the ones now.
Nope.
Oh, I thought you meant like the OG ones. But
I've
even
never
like,
had a Four Loko.
You're missing out. You would love them actually, which is so terrifying. That's why you should never have
That's
one.
why you should never have one.
You would like them too much. All right, ready for the next voicemail? The next and the last. Here we go.
Hey Sam and James, calling in with a fun, spooky story for you guys. So I work as a nurse in the U.S. Navy, and I used to work at a hospital that was built in the 1940s, and on my floor, I was working one night with my coworker, and we had heard, spooky stories throughout the time there. But at 2 o'clock in the morning, we're just sitting there dozing off, and the call bell goes off, no joke, in a room that has been empty for 2 years. So my coworker, being more brave than me, runs in, comes out and says that the call bell in the bathroom had been switched on. Super spooky. So she turns it off, comes back out, and we're like, all right, whatever, that was just weird. No joke, 2 minutes later, goes off again. She ran in the second time with a pair of scissors. Same thing again. I don't know what she was going to do with those scissors, but Anyway, same thing again. The call light's down. Turn back up. Never happened again, but yeah, I thought you guys would like that story. Love listening to you guys.
That
A lot of nurses.
I was just gonna. I literally I've never felt cooler. I put this in because this is a great spooky story to the point, and with spooky season upon us,
100%.
you know how much I love a spooky story. So if you do have a ghost story or make it something that is that is spooky. It's not like I don't know, something you heard I don't know, that's spooky.
How many times did you say I don't know there? That's what was spooky. That was spooky as shit.
Shut up. Yeah, I love a spooky story. But I also would like to know where were you? In a Navy hospital? Is that what she said?
Yeah, Navy hospital since the 1940s.
Where is it? Can we go?
Can you get us in?
Yeah, can you
what
get
the
us
hell?
in?
We need that important information here. Love that it was concise and to the point, but we need information
And
on
it
how
was
to get there.
spooky. But I need to know where these are because I want to look it up.
My question, and as a nurse, she's in the science world,
Yeah.
would be, are there other rooms that have these random calls go off?
Yeah.
Or was this a total one-off?
And
did
what
it just
happened in
happen
that
for
room?
no reason?
Yeah. And why were you there?
Damn, you knew my second question. My
I know.
follow-up would have been,
I know everything.
did you look up the history of that?
I know.
What
I
happened
know.
there?
Yeah, I need a little more in the background of the place.
We're gonna need you to
can
call
call back
in
and tell us
with an exact
and how do
address
we
and
get
location.
there. Yeah, let us know how we get there. Because hospitals are some of the spookiest of the spooky.
Absolutely.
And again, why were you there? Is it still open or is it's closed or what's the deal? And is it actually haunted? Have there been other experiences there? Is this a thing? The bell going off, Has this happened before? That's what I need to know when you guys call in with your spooky stories. But I love a spooky story, and I loved your spooky story. But I need you to call back in. I need more info, and I need the address. And yeah, with spooky season upon us, any spooky stuff too, please send them in. Any spooky story, something that's maybe happened to you, a place that you've gone, let us know. Right? James loves a spooky story. What we need is a story that will convince James that ghosts are real.
Have I ever said that ghosts aren't real?
Yes.
When have I said
You haven't
that?
said it, but you meant that's what you mean. You say, I believe their story. I believe that they believe it.
Yeah, of course.
But you don't believe it.
I just haven't seen one.
You plead the fifth. Real convenient.
Pleading the fifth would not have been giving an answer.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Okay.
But yet we didn't land on the moon?
Yeah. See, that's more believe in ghosts, believe we land on the moon.
It's more frustrating than fantasy football.
Oh my God, don't even bring that back up. So anyways, if you would love to leave us a secret, a spooky secret, something weird Americans do, a nudist colony, call us in at
SpeakPipe.
That's speakpipe.com, SPEAKPIPE.com. Did I say that? I spelled that right?
Yeah,
right?
you spelled that right.
/ weird and proud pod, all one word, and I'll put it in the description too. But we love your voicemails. I'm trying to get through them. I know, and again, you probably noticed I try and mix them up so they're not all the same in the same episode.
You've been heard.
I've been going back for a month. I'll go back for a month. So if it's been a couple weeks, just know you're still in there. But yeah, what a great week. What a great ending to the summer. Summer went by too fast, but isn't that the way the world works? And we're excited for a fun fall. We do have some fun announcements coming up with the live tour to Midwest, and we do already have Iowa. We're definitely coming to Iowa. We're definitely coming to Chicago. We're definitely coming to Minneapolis. Well, hopefully Minneapolis, but Minnesota, and we'll be in Wisconsin.
Yes.
There's not a ton of comedy clubs in Wisconsin though. Got to be real. Unless we want to go to Milwaukee, which is all the way on the other side of the state where your family is not.
Which is right next to Chicago though. So.
Oh,
We
yeah. So
could
just
go
come
up
to
that direction.
Chicago. Yeah, if you live near there, come to the Chicago, right? Is that not too far? How far is Milwaukee from Chicago?
2-ish hours.
Oh, it is. Damn it. I'll have to look at the map. I like literally am so bad at geography.
No. You're so good at it.
No, there's no way. Anyways, we love you guys so much. Hope you have a great anti-Labor Day. Down with the labor. Stick it to the man. And we love you so much. And
Put on a Hawaiian shirt.
Put on a Hawaiian shirt.
Listen to one Jimmy Buffett song.
Yeah.
Grab a
Pour
beer,
one
a shot
out,
of tequila.
and pour
Yeah.
one out for Jimmy. We love you guys.
Oh, you guys are the best.
See
Thank
you
you
next
for
week.
listening.
Love you, weirdos.